Scene 1, a cold night in New York. It was a cold, misty night in New York City. In a quiet corner cafe, surrounded by the distant hum of traffic, a young woman named Emily sat alone, staring out the window. In her hands was a book titled Islam, a Study. Emily was a university student, smart, curious, and restless. For months, a storm of questions had been raging in her heart. If God exists, why is there so much pain? Is there a faith that truly honors women? Can the soul ever find peace? Despite all the noise of the modern world, therapy, technology, feminism, books, and podcasts, she still felt empty inside. Scene 2, a meeting with a Muslim girl. One evening in the university library, Emily met Maryam, a quiet, graceful girl wearing a headscarf, deeply immersed in her research on Islamic history. Curious, Emily asked bluntly, "Why do you wear that scarf? Don't you feel oppressed?" Maryam smiled gently and replied, "My hijab is not a cage, it's my crown. It's not to hide me. It's to reveal who I truly am, my mind, my morals, my dignity." For the first time, Emily saw hijab not as a symbol of submission, but as a choice and identity. Scene 3, a flood of questions. As days passed, Emily kept returning to Maryam, not for debate, but for clarity. Her questions grew deeper. Does Islam value women? Are Muslims violent? Is Islam a religion of peace or war? If God is merciful, why is the world so cruel? Maryam never flinched, never argued. She listened with love and answered with grace. "Emily," she said softly, "Islam isn't fear, it's light. It's the lamp that shows the soul the way. It's the water that quenches a thirsty heart." Scene 4, encounter with the Quran. One night, alone in her room, Emily opened the English translation of the Quran. The very first verse she read was, "This is the book about which there is no doubt, a guidance for those conscious of Allah." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:2. Her eyes welled up. Her heart trembled. These were not just words, they were an answer to her silent cries. Scene 5, a heart's testimony. One day, Emily asked Maryam with teary eyes, "If Islam is this beautiful, this peaceful, why does the world hate it so much?" Maryam's smile faded. Her voice softened. "Emily, if truth was always loved, the Prophet Muhammad would never have been stoned. If justice was always accepted, Hussein ibn Ali wouldn't have been martyred in Karbala." Emily sat still. That was the first time someone's answer didn't just reach her mind, it reached her soul. Scene 6, embracing the truth. Months passed. One quiet evening, Emily walked into a mosque with Maryam. She sat in a small room, heart trembling, and repeated the words, "Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah." I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. In that moment, Emily was no longer Emily, she was Aisha. Reborn. Not just with a new name, but with a new heart, a new direction, a new light. Scene 7, a new beginning. Aisha now woke up for Fajr prayer. She prayed, she read the Quran, and she cried, not out of sadness, but gratitude. She once said, "Islam taught me to be proud of being a woman. It taught me to trust God, to forgive, to be patient, and to find beauty in modesty." Her friends didn't understand. Her mother cried in confusion. But Aisha had found something more precious than approval, she had found peace. Final scene, a message to humanity. Months later, Aisha gave a talk at her university. The auditorium was silent as she spoke. "I grew up in a society that gave me everything, freedom, money, comfort, but not meaning. I searched for it in books, in voices, in therapy, but all of it echoed back emptiness. Then I found Islam. And I realized, true freedom is not doing whatever you want. True freedom is knowing why you exist. Islam gave me love without condition, forgiveness without humiliation, purpose without pressure, and a connection with God that filled my soul. This religion does not teach terror. It teaches mercy. It teaches justice. It teaches hope. So, I invite you not to convert, not to submit, but to just explore. Maybe you'll find the same light I did." Conclusion. This wasn't just Emily's story. It's the story of thousands who heard the call of Islam in the silence of their hearts, who found answers to their deepest questions not in the noise of the world, but in the verses of the Quran. When a soul sincerely searches, God always guides.